Unpopular Precure opinions, Sweet Precure edition. Now, I actually do like Sweet Precure. I think it had some great themes. I love that the two girls did not get along at first. I thought that added a different dynamic to the series. Even though the reason for why they didn't get along didn't make sense, so it was kind of childish. They were still kids when it happened, so I can excuse it. I like the pink and white color scheme. Now, Sweet Precure debuted in 2011. The last time we got a white cure up until this point was 2006 with Splash Star, and we didn't get a white cure again until 2023 with Yuragaru Sky. It does some things different. I love the pink, white, blue, yellow color scheme. It was also very unique because Muse was a yellow cure, but her power-up, item was purple, so it was very interesting. I thought she was going to be purple at first. I think a lot of people did. Even getting back to the fighting for a second of Hibiki and Kanade in the first 11 or 12 episodes. People are really mad by this, but not even for the reasoning of why they were fighting. I think a lot of fans just don't like seeing characters that don't get along, which, in my opinion, is more of a personal problem. Like Kira Moonlight, Kira Fortune. Even if you don't like the characters for coming off rude or mean, they have reason to do so. They're not just being rude or mean for no reason. That usually have come from or been through something that makes them have anxiety or animosity towards the starting cures. I think it makes sense. I think a lot of fans, too, just like the more cuter slice of life. Everyone gets along, friendly, no drama seasons of Precure, which is fine. But you have to be real and say that's what it is. Don't just say you don't like it because they're fighting or they're mean. I think that's a great dynamic. And I wish that would have that done with future seasons, maybe, where the duo doesn't get along at first, and they have to learn to become friends. I think that's a very great contrast, and it really goes with their whole pink and white. Let's get into Hibiki. First of all, let me just say, I love Hibiki by having the 30-inch bust-down twin tails. It's so cute, it's sporty. We got midriff. We never had a main cure who was sporty with long hair. Like the first two, Black and Blue, had shorter hair, and they didn't really get a lot of feminization in their designs. Hibiki is still very feminine with her design, but also very sporty. The fight scenes in Sweet Precure are good. This is one of the first seasons where they're not relying on elemental or powers that are usually being attacked out. It's a lot of hand-eye coordination. Yes, they have their miracle and fantastic Berthias, but they use that more so for solo attacks, like specialty attacks, not just for hand-to-hand combat. Hibiki puts in work. I think is a really good leader for this team. She has stuff she's going through, but she puts it aside. It feels like a very, I don't know, I don't want to say time period piece, but when I see Sweet Precure and Go Princess, it makes me think of things like Full Metal Alchemist, like just that time period of everything looking so camp for what the theme is supposed to be. The music town, the music city, like the musical attacks, like everything, the names, even though they didn't really plan to net the villains' names that well. But it just kind of really made good sense to me, and I think this season gets a lot of hate. But in all reality, I think the season also brought a lot of good to the series with new, fresh, and creative ideas. Like, this was the first time we got a pink and white, and then blue trio. Like, the mid-season here was blue, not red, not purple, blue, which was usually a main starting color. I also really love this scene that used in one of the movie advertisement openings for Sweet Precure, the second film, where melody, rhythm, and beat are emerging from the smoke. I'll show you. Side note, I wish Lise would have got that piano effect that her grandfather and dad had. She has it when she's in her disguise form, but when she gets the yellow pure form, she just doesn't do it anymore, which I would have thought made more sense. But anyway, I think the color scheme between the pink, the white, and the blue before they even get Muse works so well. Melanie has blue eyes, Rhythm has green eyes, and then Syra and Beat has those yellow eyes, so they all blend together quite well. But the pink, purple, and blonde hair, I thought it was a really cool color dynamic. Even though I hate Muse's puffy round skirt and long sleeves, I don't like when they give the Cures round bubbly skirts. I don't like it in Sparkle. I don't like it in a lot of those designs, but still, I can see what they're trying to do. That's a me problem. Even just the villain, the big bad of the season being called Noise. And then in the movie, I think his name is Sharp. Just those names sound so cool. They're obviously music-based and have to do with sound, but Noise just gives me Venom vibes. It just sounds so badass. It's so cool. They're actually putting in hand-to-hand combat with a lot of these fights. They're not using wands and powers to fight all the time. Yes, Beat has her guitar. Yes, they have their items, but they're really doing fist fighting a lot of the time, which I think is so cool for a music-based season. And I also think it's just done so well. Again, storylines could have been done a little bit better. Hibiki with her dad. A lot of side characters could have got a little bit more development. Our main cures could have gotten more main development. I think that's something that this series really struggles with, is that because it is so dramatic, it would have been nice to get more slice of life episodes that were filler, that actually helped build the characters' stories and not just be done and resolved after one episode. I have to give a shout out to Cure B for being this cool rock and roll star, Cure, with the whole blue, purple, yellow eyes. Cure Cosmo kinda done it too, but they made her rainbow, which I still can't stand, but whatever. Cure Beat has great fight scenes. I think she's a great character. Again, I love the pink, blue, white, yellow dynamic. I think she's a really well-designed Cure. Her fight scenes are good. She has a cool guitar and gimmick. I also like her theme colors being blue and then her second tone is green. Cure melodies were pink and orange and then Cure rhythms were white and yellow. I thought everyone's secondary tones were so well. Speaking of Cure rhythm, I love her character as well. She was into baking. She was the more girly girl, and Cure Melly was more sporty. But she liked to bake. She liked to do things that maybe Hibiki wasn't into. You see this in the early eye catches where she eats the stuff Kanade is baking. Like they just don't get along. They have differences. But one thing I really love about her, I love the green eyes. I love the blonde hair. I love the pink and white. She is very girly. She's more so, princessy, if that makes sense. But I love how when she uses her attack with the yellow and white, she just kind of walks off after it. She's like, yep, I'm done. I'm done here. I gotta get back to work and school. She's very disciplined, and I really like that about the character. I also love that it's kind of a throwback. Yes, we just got Heart Catch, but it kind of goes back to that first one sporty, one girly, Precure dynamic. Kind of like an ode almost. I love the animation and Passionato harmony, their first attack, the spinning, all the twirling around, them being a little taller adds to the more whimsical designs of the music and art. The blast at the end, I thought it was a really well done attack. I just think the season gets a lot of slack for what it does wrong and not enough appreciation for what it does right. Again, was this one of my favorite seasons? Not by a long shot. I don't really care so much for music design. I like her color scheme. Even though she's rude, I kind of get that considering what she's been through. But it's not enough to make me like her character more, and I don't even like her civilian design at all. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of Sweet Precure. What are your unpopular opinions about this season, and what season should I do next? Leave a comment down below, like, and share this video. Bye!